the rabbit hole goes much deeper than any of us could have ever expected. If you watched my video on Time to Smile, I connected that channel to Jschlatt. My evidence for that claim being the fact that the channel was made shortly after his interview with Daily Dose of the Internet, the fact that all of the guest voices on that channel are friends of Jschlatt, the fact that the channel's sub goal is Jschlatt's dream sub goal.
But I don't have a channel that hit 10 million yet, you know? And I probably never will.
And the fact that in his Ranking Your Unsettling TikToks video, he basically expresses inherent interest into making a voiceover repost channel.
I legitimately just need to make one of these channels, narrate over the dumbest shit possible. Oh, it would be so easy.
A lot of people said that no, it's AI, but if you had listened to it, you would have noticed that it's way too good to be AI. But notice how I said listened in the past tense. That's because as of July 26th, Time to Smile has privated all of their videos, and almost without warning. The only signs that something was off was a few eerie community posts. Between "Have you smiled today" polls, there were messages like, "Sometimes I wonder how much longer I can keep smiling. Sometimes I don't want to smile." And finally, before privating all of their videos, "Until next time, smilers." And if you're like me and you've spent way too much time on the internet, you might smell the subtle stench of an ARG. For those of you who don't know what an ARG is, according to Wikipedia, an ARG, or an alternate reality game, is an interactive network narrative that uses the real world as a platform for interactive transmedia storytelling. So what does that mean in this context? And is there more to this Time to Smile story? Well, if you stumbled across Time to Smile while they were still up and running, maybe you had just as many questions as I did, and you were probably checking the comments on every single post that you possibly could have. And if you did that, you might have come across this account, John the Best Smiler. This account seemed to appear out of nowhere, commenting on almost every single one of Time to Smile's posts. And their comments stood out. Why? Because they were one of the only people who were not accusing Time to Smile of being Jschlatt. Now, on the surface, John seems to be just an innocent fan account who maybe just doesn't know who Jschlatt is. But with a handle like, "Please help me, I can't stop smiling," something has to be up. And something was up. On July 16th, John posted his first video, a Time to Smile Wholesome Moments compilation. And that's what it was, a Wholesome Moments compilation, except heavily distorted, glitching and skipping, completely cutting out the compilation halfway through, and beeping in what seems to be Morse code. It then plays an emergency broadcast that says that 278 children had gone missing, and for us to stay safe, we should
turn off your phone. Turn off any computer inside of your house.
Then, the broadcast suddenly changes its message, now telling us that it's time to smile and to look up those words.
Search these 3 words. Time to smile.
And immerse ourselves in the videos that we find, telling us it's time to smile, to never stop smiling. In the description of that video, there is a link to an unofficial Time to Smile fan club Discord, so I joined it, and that's where I met Rushi22, who has been spearheading this entire ARG and has helped me put together the script in a comprehensive way, so big shout out to him. July 17th, John posted another video titled Try Not to Smile Challenge, 99% Fail. This video opens up with the word welcome, as a voice thanks us for volunteering at
We are thrilled you came to volunteer for us. Here at we prioritize quality, wholesome content for all ages.
I can only assume they were gonna say Time to Smile. The voice explains that this video is actually a test where they will be showing us images with the intent to trigger a positive response in us. Before the test begins though, you can hear a faint voice in the background. Then the test begins, showing us first a picture of a smiling man, then a monkey with the words "Don't look away" underneath it, then a man again, then a monkey. But this image, unlike the other images with watermarks, doesn't have the watermark of a stock photo company, but a YouTube link. A few images later, and we get the message, "Your eyes are dirty," underneath an image of dentures, with Morse code that translates to "Your mind belongs to us" beside it. The test cuts out, and the voice from earlier begins to talk again.
The voice is lying to you. You need to close your eyes. They are already inside of your mind.
But before they can finish the sentence, "You need to stop smiling," they are cut off by a picture of a kitten and text that congratulates us for completing the test. But that's not all. There's actually Morse code hidden in the thumbnail behind the timestamp of the video. And if you take the Morse code hidden there and the one in the previous video, you get the words more to signal. Let's go back to that link. If we take the YouTube link that we found earlier superimposed over the image of the monkey and we type it into a search engine, we are sent to an unlisted video titled photogeophobia, which means fear of light. The video shows this image while playing Morse code in the background that translates to "the light is key." Those numbers and letters at the top are actually base 64 coded, and using an encoder we get the message adjust and enhance. At the same time, in the Discord, John, who is very active by the way, sent this image, "the light is key." And if we use the timestamp said there and put that into the video and we adjust and enhance, we see another link that sends us to another video titled lygrophobia, which means fear of loud sounds. This video is just static and there's almost a weird beeping sound in the background. Now, if you're a veteran ARG-er or have watched just way too much film theory, you might recognize this as something that we should check with a spectrogram. A spectrogram is a tool used to visualize sound waves, and if we use the audio in this video and send it through a spectrogram, we get the text, "There will be more soon to come. Pay attention, listen to my voice, let it guide you." At this point, you are probably noticing two very separate strings of instructions. One saying we need to tune in, to watch, to listen, and the other saying to stay away, be careful, close our eyes, turn off our computers. So who is behind each voice? And what do they want? Well, later that day, in the Time to Smile unofficial Discord, in a channel called Signal, we are introduced to a third character, Signal, who sends messages in the chat saying things like, "Hello, are we connected? John, you do not know what you are doing." July 18th. Signal says, "Do not let him lure you," completely opposing the message that we found earlier in the spectrogram of "let my voice guide you." Signal continues, "They have been returned, but they are not the same. They are two separate people in one." He goes on to say, "We know the cause and we are working to eliminate it. Stay off any social media. Distance yourself from those affected. We believe they are beyond saving." He then sends a video with another emergency broadcast that informs us that all of the missing people, the 278 missing children, have been returned safely. However, they are not the same.
All missing people have been returned safely, but they are not the same.
He even goes on to say that they are showing symptoms of
Constant mumbling about and talking to themselves.
Signal follows that up a few minutes later with a second video that, through the static, flashes Braille at us before showing us the word Friday. Now, this Braille seems to confirm that whoever Signal is agrees with the voice that's telling us to turn off our computers, to close our eyes, and to turn away. The connection being that Braille is used to read if you cannot see. Now, the Braille spells out the word Proteus. Proteus is the name of a minor god of the sea in ancient Greek mythology. He has the ability to change shapes and to change forms in order to keep his enemies from catching him. Now, if he is somehow captured, he would give prophecies to those who captured him. In Homer's The Odyssey, Proteus was also a character who was known to have vast amounts of knowledge. But that's not all that this video hides. Running this video through a spectrogram unveils the message, "There is no cure." This seems to suggest that those who went missing and came back somehow different have an incurable infection that is causing them to be, as said before, two separate people in one. Later that day, John posts an image in the Discord with the file name steganos, referring to steganography, which is the practice of hiding messages within the data of a file. John later said that the key is on the page next to the light, but what does that mean? This is a reference back to the photogeophobia video, where on the page next to the light bulb is the word blind. So using an outguess decoder on this image and typing the word blind as the key gets us a text file that says, "They are foolish, but they do not know any better." Now we get to Friday, July 21st. In John's YouTube community tab, he posts, "I can't focus. They are so loud." A few hours later, he posts a video titled Proteus, a video that seems as if it's trying to hypnotize us, right? It shows spirals, light tunnels, swirly shapes, and it's playing a soft pulsating sound in the background. Throughout the video, there is text that seems to want to guide us through whatever hypnosis this is, with phrases like, "Can you hear them talking to your mind? They are fixing you. Don't you want to be fixed? You will change. Let them control you. You are meaningless. Your mind belongs to us." It seems like John is sending two opposing instructions. One being to listen and to watch, the other being to ignore the voices and to close our eyes. It's almost as if John himself is one of those people who went missing and came back as two separate people in one. Near the end of the video, in the top left corner, text is visible. It's a little hard to see at first, but it says footage by @1997141112. That's a Twitter handle, and a handle that translates using the numeric alphabet into the word signal. The Twitter account is called Where. Its location is set to inside of the screen, and one of his tweets is a link to a YouTube video called Dionysus. Dionysus is the name of another figure of ancient Greek mythology. He is the Greek god of fertility, wine, and pleasure, but also insanity. In this video that bears his name, we see text that informs us that we have found a fork. We need to make a choice, and what we choose will determine the rest. It flashes the words choose in the description, then the video ends. If we check the description, we see two links, one titled The Tortured, the other with the title The Torturer. If we follow the path of the tortured, we get to a video with a clock whose hour hand is rotating very fast, and there's a very obvious Discord link next to it. If we follow that Discord link, it gets us into a server called Key, where the account Voices informs us that the key we are looking for is this code, and that we are the tortured. We need to see further into the hidden. And if we use a very specific Discord client, we can actually see secret hidden channels, which names are actually a YouTube link. That link leads us to a video titled Quiet. It's a 5-second video that just shows a Reddit link. However, the description is binary for please work fast, implying maybe we're on some sort of timeline that does have an ending soon, so let's try and work fast here. The link in the video is a link to a Reddit post made by a John the Best Smiler. The title of the post is It's Inside My Head, and the post itself is a link to an Imgur image, which is a distorted picture of a TikTok link, which leads to a TikTok post by the account I Can't Stop Smiling, who posted this video of a Twitter link. This Twitter link leads us to a Twitter account named Who, whose only post is a link to a YouTube video titled John, that says, do you understand your name? 2 seconds in, and it flashes a Google Docs link on the screen. The link sends us to a Google form with the title Chains. It asks for a key, and if we use the key given to us earlier in the Discord, we are sent to a video with the title Lost in My Own Mind. It has the text, I cannot wait to be free on it, while other letters and numbers randomly flash on the screen. But it's not random. It's another YouTube link. A link to a video titled Sisyphus. Sisyphus, of course, is the name of yet another character in ancient Greek mythology. Sisyphus was a king who cheated death twice, and the gods punished him for this by making it so he needed to push a boulder up a hill endlessly for the rest of his life, over and over. And this video shows text that says, how am I supposed to feel? I'm all numb to it now. There's this image of a man with his eyes blacked out before it continues, saying, yes, I am aware, stop saying that. Almost as if we're getting one half of a conversation. Now, in the comments of this video, John left a link to a Instagram post that says, isn't this exactly? And that's where this path ends. If we go back to the description of the Dionysus video, and this time we click the link to follow the path of the torturer, we get to a video with the image of a torn piece of paper on it with the word signal on the top and 2 codes underneath. This code here is actually base 32, and when decoded, it says pound 4888. Underneath that is Morse code, which translates to profile. So altogether, we have signal pound 4888 profile, and that's a Discord username. If we check that Discord user and look at their profile, we see a link that leads to this image of another link, which leads to this YouTube video called Notes. This video shows a crumpled up piece of paper that at one point in the video fades away just for enough time for us to see a link hidden behind it. That link leads to a video titled Eris. By now, you've definitely caught on to the theme of ancient Greek mythology. And yes, Ares is the name of a Greek goddess. Specifically, Eris is the Greek goddess and personification of strife and discord. Now, this video is only 1 second long, and it makes a very familiar sound. The familiar sound of a message hidden in the audio. So running this audio through a spectrogram gets us a very hard to read combination of letters that makes out a Discord server invite. And this server is almost identical to that of the tortured, but with a new code. And the hidden channels in this Discord lead us to a Google document with a single video in it titled IV, or 4 in Roman numerals. This video is actually another spectrogram puzzle that once we run through a spectrogram reveals the word Manchester flipped upside down and reversed. And the code in this video isn't actually a usable link, but 4 seconds into the video, in the lower right-hand corner, you see coordinates. And using these coordinates in Google Maps takes you to this location with the word Manchester and shows this image saying shift 4. So you shift everything by 4 values and you get this new code, which is a working link that leads us to this YouTube video titled Mirror. It shows a mirrored link along with the words "it is spreading." This link leads to a Google form with the title Visiosebaridophobia, I think that's how you say it. And that means fear of smiley faces. And once again, if we put the key given to us in the Discord, we are sent to a Google Doc folder called Deceit with a video in it. The video inside of this folder shows a QR code with the words, "It is working perfectly. How many went missing?" Scanning the QR code sends us to an image which reads, "This will only hurt a bit." And running this video through a spectrogram actually sends us back to the very first post that John ever made. So what if we take this video and run it through Outguess using the number of missing children, 278, as the key? Well, if we do that, we get a link that gets us to this YouTube video with the title Dolos. Dolos being the name of yet another character from ancient Greek mythology. But who is Dolos? Well, Dolos is the spirit of trickery. The top comment on this video is another Instagram post that reads, "What you wanted," which, if connected to the post from the Path of the Tortured, we get, "Isn't this what you wanted?" In the Dolo video itself, we get phrases like, "How do you feel?" and "I don't really care," almost as if we're getting one side to a conversation. You might see where I'm headed with this. If you play Dolos and Sisyphus at the same time, you get an entire conversation between the torturer and the tortured. How do you feel? How am I supposed to feel? I'm numb to it all now. This is not even my body anymore. I don't really care. We're going to do this again and again until you break. At this point, both videos show a picture of a man with his eyes blacked out. Dolos shows a picture with him smiling. Sisyphus shows one where he is not. Yes, I'm aware. You can let go at any time. You know this. Stop saying that. No. I don't understand. I don't understand why you are so set on clinging onto something so weak. Well, if you have nothing else to say, I'm going to. You don't know what you're doing. Yes, I do. July 24th. John posts on his community YouTube tab. You are witnessing a new era of John, out with the old and in with the truth. He's asleep now. I can talk. The truth. He sends an image of his own profile picture, asleep. Later, John posts this image with the caption, "He knows he is trying to get back in. I don't have much time," with a code in hexadecimal that translates to, "Do not listen to him. I'm not in control anymore." The next day on YouTube, John comes back telling us that the night before he had actually been hacked, and thankfully he was able to get everything back. In the Discord, he made an announcement saying that his YouTube and Discord had been hacked and had nowhere to go to get reliable security for his accounts when a company named Signal Security reached out to him and offered him free access to their security services. Later, in the Discord channel The Truth, John tries to use the Signal security system to delete the channel. He assumes that this channel was made by whoever hacked him the night prior. However, instead of deleting the channel when John asked, Signal security actually removes John from the channel and locks him out of being able to see it. And that's when someone else joins the chat. John. I'm gonna have to call him Hacker John because I assume that he's the one who supposedly hacked the Discord and the YouTube the night prior. The conversations between Signalbot and Hacker John makes it very obvious that the two of them are on the side of close your eyes, stay away, trying to keep John from spreading this infection. So it seems like Signal Security didn't volunteer to help John, but they used that as a way to get in so they could cut him off and stop him from spreading the Smiler infection. So it seems like John is actually one of the missing children who was taken, experimented on by Time to Smile, and indoctrinated into becoming a Smiler, and then returned different. He returned fractured, two separate personas in one. One of them being John, the one who is a Smiler who wants to spread the smiles and wants to indoctrinate you into becoming a Smiler, and Hacker John, or as the people on the Discord like to say, Emo John, who is the true John trapped inside, who is warning you of the dangers of Time to Smile, and who hopefully, with the help of Signal Security, can eliminate the infection altogether. And then of course, Time to Smile privated all of their videos, and now I have no idea what to make of anything anymore. but this ARG and this story is still unfolding. Either way, we need help. We need as many people as we can to continue working on this story and to help unwrap what we have so far. So in the description, I'm leaving a link to the Discord of the ARG and a spreadsheet that has everything laid out, made by Rushi22. Again, huge shout out to that guy for helping me comprehend everything and just helping me make this a comprehensive video. Go follow him on Twitch, link to him is in the description as well. And I hope to see all of you in the unofficial Time to Smile Discord.